So yeah, the default is 32768 for the priority number. So every device would have start with maybe 32768 if it doesn't have a default MAC address. Sorry, a default priority. So it doesn't have a set priority. And so means that assuming this is A, is going to be AAA. Assuming this is B, is going to be BBB, but with 32768. The third one, 32768. CCC. And so based on the three, we'll decide that this will become a root bridge. And so this guy will become a root bridge. And let's just go back and see this in action. So we're going to pick. So by inspection, I can clearly see that this is our root bridge, because if this link is blocked, it means that in order for me to get here, I have to go through this guy, B, to get to C. So let's just look at this device. So I'll go on the switch. And I'll do show spanning tree. And then you see that on this device, it's saying this bridge is root, meaning this is the root bridge. Yes, of course, that's the root bridge because it's this device. And so that's the root bridge. The priority is 32769. That's because by default, when we talk about priority, it's 32768 plus an extension number. Extension number is the VLAN number. And then by default, the switch is operating in VLAN 1. And so 32768 plus 1 is 32769. It's just telling you that we are operating in VLAN 1. And so sometimes in the exam, you could just see this one, and they'll ask you, which VLAN is this spanning tree operating in? Assuming that the switch is having the default priority. So we can say it's operating in VLAN 1 because the default priority is 32768. So any addition will be the VLAN number. So here, this is the bridge this is the priority number, and this is the MAC address of the device. So these two will make up the ID. And so it's saying the bridge ID for this device is this one and this one. This is the bridge ID. But we can also see that even though we're saying that this is the bridge ID 32769 colon the MAC address, it's also saying that the root ID, which is the root bridges ID, is this guy. If you look at it closely, you see that the ID for this guy, the root ID, and then the bridge ID are the same. It means that this device is the bridge, and this bridge is the root ID, because whoever is the root ID, so whoever is the root bridge is having the same ID. It means that it's just this device. So I'll just compare this to another device and we'll see something. So I'm going to pick another device and I'll do show spanning tree. And if you look on here, we have, it's saying that the root bridge has this priority and this MAC address, but this is the switch you are on. This is its bridge ID. This is its ID 009. Come on, this is 000. This is 009. 9 is bigger than 0. So it means that this is lower than this. And that's why this device, switch B, was the root bridge, because it has a lower MAC address. And so you can clearly see that on this switch, it's not the root bridge, because the MAC address for this device is a bit higher than the MAC address of whoever is our root bridge, which is switch B. And so that's is how the devices communicate, and also make sure that we define who is the root bridge and all that. In the subsequent one, we'll be going to look at how to get the root port and designated port, and also the blocking port.